Yes, Mara, please, let's start. Razdanji, could you Mara start? Yes, yes.
Shankala kalha vidya dradbandha vimocheni Ambika ambalika chamba swaksha sadurjanarcheta Kulki kul vidya cha supulla kul pujeta Kal chakra brahma brata vibrahma brahmanashini Vatyali Megamala cha Suvrishtir Sesvardeni Akarachi Karacha Okare Kararupeni Krimkari Bijrupa cha Kalim Karambaravaseni Sarvaksharmai Murtir Akshara Varnamalini Sindura Runvak Varnacha Sindura Tilka Preya Vashyach Vashya Bijacha Lokavashya Vibhaveni Nripavashya Nripai Sevya Nripavashya Kari Preya Mahishi Nripamanya Cha Nripamanya Nripanandeni एक पेज कंप्लीट हो गया श्रृंखला कलह विद्या दृढ़बंध विमोचनी
Now, I'll start. So the previous two namas, the context was regarding imprisonment. So the namas were Bandi, Bandistuta Kara,
Kara Bandha Vimochini.
Now, the next nama is in line with the previous three. The nama is Shrinkhala. Shrinkhala normally means chains.
Shrinkhala means chains.
That which is interlocked. That the meaning of Shrinkhala is that which is interlocked. So it is a chain. So Devi is called here as Shrinkhala because the pasha, the noose or the bondage by which a person forgets his true identity and misconstrues himself to be something other than what he actually is. That is the result of the, the Leela is what the Tantragamas speak of. The Srishtivada of Tantragama is called as Leelavada. In the sense, if we go and ask, why did Parameshwara decide to carry on with this creation? Because we say that it is his own free will, his Swatantriya Shakti, which manifests as the Ichha, resulting in the world. Otherwise, he is in a perfect equilibrium, state of equilibrium of Prakasha. So here we say that the moment we say it is his free will, there cannot be any questioning of his free will. Otherwise, it is no longer free will. No, it is like when you say you have an autonomy to take a decision, and you say that you will have to come and ask for my permission in the office to get this file cleared, then there is no autonomy there. When we say it is free will, it is absolute free will. So the Srishti Vada, as per the Tantragama, they simply call it as Leela Vada. They say it is his sport. He is playing. At the end of the day, he is playing with himself. Because we are not different from him. He is playing with himself. So he decided to assume this contraction. And that first cause of contraction is called as the Shrinkhala. Like the chains which binds a person to a particular spot, okay, within a particular confines. Similarly, the all-pervasive nature of ourselves we forget that, and we think that we are bound to either this body or with our senses or any of the identities with which we have identified ourselves. So that is why she is called as the Shrinkhala, that Mula, no Prakriti bondage. And the one who will release us from the Shrinkhala is also she, because it is her Anugraha which flows down during the Shaktipata that opens the gate of the true wisdom. So if we have to attain true wisdom, again it has to be through her. So when we call her Shrinkhala, it is to realize that it is her own doing that she has assumed this bandha, and she will have to will so as to get us out of this bandha. So she is Shrinkhala. And another beauty of the term Shrinkhala is like the chain which is connected to the next link, to the next link, to the next link. Similarly, initially there was the Anavamala, then came the Karmamala, finally came the Mayamala. The Mayamala resulted in us seeing objects different from ourselves. After that, everything multiplied like how the chains progress. The differentiation process, with what all we differentiate ourselves, within our own confines, we differentiate ourselves from other people, we differentiate one particular object with another object. So this multiple differences that we see, it is the product or the byproduct of that one single Mayamala. So like the chain extending, yet being connected to the root, similarly, this chain of bondage also extends. So she is Shrinkhala in that way. The next nama is Khalaha. If she is Shrinkhala, she is also the one who will remove the bondage. The term Khala normally refers to a evil or a wicked person. Khalam ghananti iti khalaha. One who destroys the khala is khalaha. Even in Hindi, the term khalnayak is used in this sense. Khala means someone who is wicked or evil. So khalaha, the destroyer of the evil, the destroyer of the wicked. When we read this in the context, because these namas we are reading them in certain context. So when we read this in the context, Khala refers to that power which is stopping us from realizing our full potential. Okay. Is there any basis for this particular explanation? The term Kha refers to Akasha or Brahma. Even in the Upanishads. Kam Brahma, Kham Brahma. So Kha means Akasha or Brahma. Kham Lati iti Khala. Lati means that which restricts, that which cuts, in the sense that which conditions. So Khala means the Pasha that conditions or which restricts. So Pashas are Khalas. So Khalaha, the destroyer of the Pasha. Here the destruction of Pasha is through right cognition. That is the difference between the Trika system and another Agamic Sampradaya, which is the Siddhanta Shaiva Marga. Siddhanta Shaiva Marga is Shiva Vishishta Advaita Marga, wherein there is an distinction, yet non-distinction between the Jiva and the Shiva, as opposed to the absolute, the Kevala or the Parama Advaita Vada of Trika. So in the Siddhanta Shaiva, they also accept the three malas, but for them the three mala is a real ontological entity. In the Trika, the malas are cognitive errors. So for cognitive error to go, all you require is knowledge, right? If I have to remove a misconception, I will only have to have the right information. The misconception will automatically go. The ignorance will automatically go. Nothing else is required for that. But whereas when we accept the malas as an ontological entities, they are treated like the physical dirts, okay, the stain, like a stain on a garment. So to remove the stain on the garment, if we have to soap and scrub and rub, there the insistence is on certain karma in the Siddhanta Shiva. Whereas in the Trika system, these malas are again only cognitive errors. So all she has to do to destroy the mala is only bestow upon us the samyak jnana, no, the right knowledge. So through the bestowal of the right knowledge, she destroys the mala. So kalaha. The next nama is
Dradabandha
Vidyut. Vidyut means lightning.
Vidyut.
Very commonly used word. Lightning. The lightning is a sort of a metaphor which is being used uniformly in the Veda as well as the Tantragama for the supreme wisdom. For example, in the Agama Sampradaya, Vidyut is the metaphor to refer to the Kundalini. Now, Kundalini again is nothing but pure consciousness only. Para Samvit only is Kundalini. Kundalini is not a physical entity. But Kundalini is compared or it is equated with lightning. But at the same time, it says that Parashata Sudha Mayukha Shitala. It is as cool as thousands of moonlights, yet brilliant like hundreds of suns. So it has both the Prakasha aspect. At the same time, it is blissful. So that bliss is referred by or equated to the moonlight. The knowledge is referred to by the sun or the shine of it. So reason why Kundalini is referred to or is compared to a Vidyut or a lightning is because we all know that the lightning will strike only once. Similarly, the dawn of knowledge need to happen only once. For removal of Ajnana, that is nothing but the right understanding of our Swarupa. Like Acharya Chemaraja says in Pratyabhijna Ardaya, being centered in the self. Okay, Madhyama Pada Arudha. That is the term he uses. So that Madhyama Avastha, being focused in our core, has to happen only once. After that, it will become a default state. It will require sadhana, it will require practice, but it will become the default state. It doesn't have to repeat itself. Similarly, the Vidyut. And this we find in the Kenopanishad. In the Kenopanishad, we all know that story of Uma Haimavati, wherein the Devas were puffed up with arrogance after a victory against the Danavas. So in order to teach them a lesson, the Brahman, it decides to take upon the form of a Yaksha. So it comes in a radiant, splendorous form and stands in front of them and puts a blade of grass and asks Agni to come and burn it. How much ever Agni tries, he is unable to burn a blade of grass. Vayu is unable to blow the blade of grass. Finally, Indra is smart. He understands that this is no ordinary being. And then the Yaksha vanishes, and in place of Yaksha, Devi appears. And the name given for Devi is Uma Haimavati in the Kenopanishad. So, after that entire Upanishadic conversation is over, after the entire teaching, that there is one line there. It says, Sakrit Vidyut, Sada Vidyut. Sakrit Vidyut means the Vidyut happens Sakrit only once. But it stays forever. Sada Vidyut. So Vidyut is that aspect of Devi wherein the Jnana or the Sakshatkara has to happen only once. Then it becomes a default state. That is why Parakandalini is also compared to Vidyut. So Vidyut, that is the next name. That was the name. Dridha Bandha Vimochani. Dridha, very strong. Bandha, the bondage. Vimochani, one who frees. So this is the last Nama in the series. These, we have all had this frustrating experience. We have read so many lessons. We have read so many books, heard the great masters speak. Here, even Bhagavan speak through Bhagavad Gita and other texts. Yet, all that is there as a Bauddhika Jnana. It is all there as an intellectual wisdom. It is not turning into experiential wisdom. It's not becoming an Anubhava. It is merely Bauddhika. All this talk of the Ajnana, the Pasha, and all these things, we understand. We are somehow, we accept it. But there is a difference between acceptance and conviction. So we have only accepted right now. The conviction is yet to come, because when the conviction comes, the experience will automatically follow. So this lack of conviction is what the Shastra says is because of the samskaras that we have accumulated over God knows how many thousands of births. And because of that, it is so strong, it is so stubborn. These samskaras are very, very strong. So it will require a even more stronger conviction to overcome this. Clearly, that is why the Agamas are very open and frank when they say clearly it cannot happen merely by human effort. So, the best way to do is surrender oneself to his Guru. Through him, when the Anugraha Shakti of Rudra flows, this conviction will definitely happen within this birth. So she is Dridha Bandha Vimochani. She removes the bandha, which is so hard, so stubborn, by flowing as that Anugraha Shakti. Dridha Bandha Vimochani. The next Nama is Ambika. Interesting. The next three Namas. Ambika, Ambalika, Amba. We are all familiar with the Mahabharata story. So these are the three key characters in Mahabharata. The two were the wives of Vichitra Virya. Amba chooses not to marry, and she is the one who then is reborn as the Shikhandi. So Ambika, Ambalika, and Amba. Now these three namas, interestingly, they occur in the Yajurveda and even in Rigveda. there is a mantra wherein we find these three names, but slight change in the order. Ambe, Ambal, Yambike, Namanayati Kaschana. Sasatyashvakaha Subhadrikam Kampilavasinim Guru. That is the mantra. There also we find that Ambe, Ambalike, and Ambike. The three namas. Namanayati Kaschana. Sasatyashvakaha Subhadrikam Kampilavasinim Guru. So, in the Shri Puri Jagannatha Kshetra, this is the mantra which is used for the worship of Devi Subhadra. Because the name Subhadrikam Kampilavasinim comes there. And Kampila is one of the names by which Jagannatha Kshetra is also known. But the term Amba, Ambika and Ambalika, the explanation offered for these three namas in the Agama Sampradaya is that they refer to the Para, Apara and the Parapara aspect of Devi. Amba corresponds to the Para. Ambalika corresponds to the Apara. Ambika corresponds to Parapara. So, when we say Ambike, all the three are derived from the same root of mother, Amba. But the differentiation is that Ambika Shakti is the one wherein she is the starting point, or she is the progenitor of Ichha, Jnana and the Kriya. These three are active. When the Ichha, Jnana, Kriya are in a state of active thing, it is a state of Sadashiva or the Ishvara Tattva in the Tattva scheme, wherein that Aham and Idam both are clear. Only thing is, in Sadashiva level, the Aham is dominant. In the Ishvara level, the Idamta is dominant. So, Ambika is the state of Parapara. Whereas Ambalika is the one from whom all the, that is post the Vidya Tattva stage, that is where the contractions have become very, very distinct. The origin of one who has given birth to the Pancha Tattva, that is the Pancha Bhutas, the Tanmatras, the Indriyas, and all that. All these are the remaining 24 Tattvas. So, Ambalika refers to the Apara state, which is Dvaita Pradhana, wherein we see the duality to be absolute. In Parapara, the duality and there is an oscillation between duality and non-duality, because we are seeing both, but we are seeing not distinct. We are seeing both, but not distinct or separate from each other. Whereas Amba refers to the Para stage, who is the mother with respect to mother of all creation in potency. That is because of the existence of her creative free will, and because of the spandana which she causes, the Adya Spanda, the first vibration that she causes in the Prakasha, she has the potency to give birth to the entire Srishti Krama. But it is existing at the potency level only. Therefore, she is Amba. So, all the three namas correspond to one who has the capacity to give birth. But what? That differentiates Amba from the Ambika from the Ambalika. So Ambalika refers to the Apara stage, the Ambika refers to the Parapara stage, and Amba refers to the Para stage. So these are the three namas. Next is
Soksha Sadhu Janarchita.
Soksha.
Sadhu Janar.
Soksha means one one who takes care of that which belongs to her. Swaksha. That which belongs to herself. Swa. Whatever is my own. Swa. Swaksha. One who takes care. One who protects. Swaksha. So, is it enough that she gives birth? She has to be the protector also, the sustainer also. So that sthiti, the sthiti comes because of her infinite grace. So she is called as Swaksha, one who takes care, the ultimate protector. Swaksha. Sadhu Janarchita.
Sadhu Janarchita.
Sadhu Jana Archita. One who is
Sadhu
worshipped
Janarchita.
by the sadhu. Sadhu is not to be confused with the sannyasi, because that is the general parlance for the term sadhu. Sadhu means one who is following the dharmas which is laid down for him. It can be the Varna Dharma, it can be the Ashrama Dharma, it can be the Diksha Dharmas. Whatever is applicable in whatever case. So Swadharma, anyone who follows the Swadharma, he is called as Sadhu. This is the explanation given in the Manava Dharma Sutra. Manava Dharma Sutra says, he is Sadhu who diligently follows his Swadharma. So Sadhu Jana Archita. Everyone who follow their own Swadharma, they worship her. How? Not necessarily by engaging in a formal act of worship. Because when we speak of following Swadharma, so this dharma has to be laid down somewhere, right? If we say that you are so and so, and you have certain duties to perform, then these duties have to be laid down somewhere. If it is an office, then it is laid down in the SOP of that organization. Similarly, in this case, it is laid down in the Shastras. The Varna Dharmas, the Ashrama Dharmas, everything is laid down in the Shastras. And who lays down the Shastra, or who lays them down in Shastras? Once again, let's go back to Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan says, Shruti Smriti Mamaiva Agnya. The Shruti, the Vedas, the Smriti, all the other literature, Mama Eva Agnya. They are my orders. In the sense, the person who has laid down these Shastras is none other than Parameshwara himself. So by following the duties laid down by Parameshwara, one who follows the duties laid down by Parameshwara automatically is worshipping Parameshwara through karma, through anusthana. Because the idea of work as a form of worship It is so deeply inlaid in our culture. The earliest instances we find in the Vedic texts themselves. For example, when we take Sri Rudra, it says, Ayam me hasto Bhagavan, Ayam me Bhagavattara, Ayam me hasto Bhagavan. This hands of mine, Ayam me hastaha Bhagavan. This is God. Not just God, Bhagavattaraha. It is better than the God. So what better quote or line can we find to highlight the concept of work is worship other than this? So by following the ashrama and the other dharmas laid down by the Shastras, we are worshipping her. Incidentally, there is one anecdote. I'm sorry if I'm taking more time, but my Sri Guru used to narrate this. This happened with some Shankaracharya. I don't remember who. So he was asked, who will be rated higher? The person who is doing his Swakarma Anusthana, or the person who is engaged in the puja, patha and other things, but not doing his Swakarma? So he replied, look, imagine there is a master. He has two servants working under him. One fellow does not do what he has asked him to, but merely stands in front of him and sings praises on his face. Whereas the other diligently carries out all the orders, understands the intention, and completes the work. After that, he may or may not find time to even praise the master. Yet, of the two, obviously, the second person will be dear to the Lord. Dear to the master. Similarly, anyone who follows his own anusthana, he is dear to the Lord. After that, we have time. We can engage in all the other sadhana. That is why sadhana is not at the expense of swadharma or swakarma anusthana. So this confusion we will have to really come out of. So sadhu jana archita, one who is worshipped by or one who is pleased by the worship in the form of swakarma anusthana. The other meaning of one who is worshipped by the sadhus is there. It's very obvious. Okay, so sadhu jana archita.
Kauliki
Kauliki. So here onwards we will come across this term kula. We have already seen the term earlier also. Kula in the yogic language refers to the Mooladhara chakra, because that is where the Prithvi, it is the Prithvi chakra. Who refers to Prithvi? So where Prithvi attains Laya, who Layam Gachati. Prithvi yatra Layam Gachati, Kula. So Mooladhara is called as Kula. The other explanation for the word Kula is the group, like-minded group. It is in this sense that we use this term kul even in normal vyavahara. So what is a kula or kul? Kul is nothing but an endogamous group. No, a group of either common descent or something which is there in common between them. In the especially in the tantra, kula refers to the group of sadhakas who have been initiated in that particular Upasana Marga. There are multiple Upasana Margas here also. So each is particular to itself. Each is special. So the followers of that, they are called as Kula, and they normally would be found in a closed group. In the earlier times, one would never advertise himself as an upasak. In the sense, it was kept as an rahasya achara. Rahasya achara, though it means secret, it is not. It doesn't mean that there is something fussy or something suspicious in the activity. It only means these sadhana margas were done in a closely guarded network. So that was also called as Kula. Then, finally, Kula refers to the act of cognition. The act of cognition. So each act of cognition has 5 different stages, which Acharya Kshamaraja explains. The set of these 5 stages, being a set of these 5 stages, so act of cognition itself is called as Kula, and the path or that particular Upasana Marga which focuses on the act of cognition to understand our unity consciousness is the Kaula Marga. So these are the different outwardly I have explained, these are the different ways in which the term Kula has been understood within the Sampradaya. So when we call her as Kauliki, it refers to her nature as the guardian of the Kula Vidya. Because when we say this is the Rahasya Achara, so she guards the Kula Vidya so that it doesn't go to the uninitiated. Because the problem is that when the books becomes the teachers, especially in spiritual matters, we really do not know whether the student has the aptitude or the right attitude to take this up and progress. And worse come worse, in the name of Tantra Sadhana, all the debauchery that we are seeing today is because of improper understanding of the texts. So she is called as the Kauliki, the protector of the Kula. So she guards that secret, secretive or the esoteric science within that particular. So she is Kauliki. At the same time, she is the one who is there as the Vidya. Vidya refers to the unbroken chain of instructions that are flowed in that particular system. Because 2 things are stressed upon. One is the Siddhanta, the teachings. Second is Sampradaya. The meaning of Sampradaya itself is Samprada, da to give. So that which has been passed down through the Guru Sishya Parampara. So something to be authentic should be based on the Mula Siddhanta, and it should be having a long, a long and a good sampradaya. That is why these 2 always have to be checked whenever a Sishya approaches a Guru, whether he belongs to the Sat Sampradaya, whether there is a Siddhanta. Especially now when we have so many options open out for us. So these are the 2 touchstones by which we have to evaluate the teachings. So she is that Vidya itself, which is passed down through generations. Normally in the Tantrika language, it is called as Adesha. Vidya is called as an Adesha. It's an order that is passed down from the first Guru to one's own Swaguru. So Kula Vidya. The next Nama is Sukula. Su, Shobhanam. So one who is the right Kula. Okay, the right Sampradaya. That is one way. She is the one who is as the Mooladhara, the place of origin of the entire yogic practices. So she is that Shobhana. Shobhana means that auspicious beginning. So Sukula.
Actually, it is written Swakula. Swakula.
Swakula, is it? Oh, okay. Okay, then once again. Good. Swakula is my own, one's own.
Yeah.
So that is why there may be so many other sampradayas. They may be valid sampradayas. Yet a Sishya has to follow the dictates laid down in his own sampradaya when he has taken the Upadesha from a Guru. That is why normally we say you can be a devotee of n number of people, but disciple of only one. This was the teaching of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. So you can be a devotee of many, but you can only be disciple of one. Because otherwise, there will be Kim Kartavyata Muda. That is the term it says. What should you do? Because there are so many other people doing something different. So this is one, the sadhana is one thing wherein you don't compare notes. Each Sishya is unique to the Guru and each Sishya follows what his Guru has given to him specifically. So Swakula, one who is the one who is in the form of that Vidya which belongs to himself. Swakula.
Kula Pujita.
Kula Pujita. Kula Pujita. One who is worshipped in a Kula. So normally the Devi Upasanas and all that happens in a group setting. Now this is called as a Yogini Vrindan. When we look into Tantra Loka, there are many chapters wherein Acharya Abhinav Gupta has given detailed procedure for this. So that Yogini Vrindan, even in that famous painting of Acharya Abhinav Gupta, we will see him sitting in the center, surrounded by his Sishya Vrinda and others. So normally this is it is done in a group setting. Okay, but it's a closed group. It's not an open-ended. So Kula Pujita. Kala Chakra
Brahma Branta.
Brahma. One who has initiated the movement of or the cyclic movement of the time. Kala Chakra Brahma. So it means that she is beyond time. If she has initiated time or the movement of time, obviously she has to be beyond the time. Like the Purusha Sukta says, 1 quarter is here, 3 quarters is above. Tripad urdhva udait purusha. Padaha asya abhavat punah. 1/4 is here in the form of the creation, but 3/4 of the Supreme is above. So 1/4, 3/4 means that it is here, yet it is transcendent. At the same time, it is manifest. So Kala Chakra Brahma, one who has caused the time, because when will the time come? Time will come, or time and space, or both will come together. Time and space will both come when you require, or when there is an act of classification. The act of classification where you do the abstraction and generalization. Okay, all these happens then the concept of time and space and other things will happen. But as pure Chit, Devi is beyond these two. So when the contraction starts, the Kala Chakra starts. So normally in the Tattva scheme, the Kala Chakra will, though it is Kala is not listed as an, because Tattvas are realities, states of realities. Kala is not recognized as an independent state of reality. It is Kala and Dik, the space and time. They facilitate, but they are not entities by themselves. So the Kala and Dik, they come to effect after the Vidya Tattva. That is after the contraction stage. So Kala Chakra Brahma.
Brahma Bhranta.
Bhranta. Bhranta, one who is herself, or one who is
Delusional.
Brahma, illusion. So Bhranta, normally Bhranta means deluded. If a person himself is deluded, he is called as a Bhranta. When we look into Sanskrit poetry or drama especially, the word Bhranta is used for referring to a person who is confused. So how is it justified to call Devi as Bhranta? The Swarupa, she is the embodiment of illusions. She is the Maya Shakti. So when we say she is Bhranta, it means she is the Maya Shakti which causes illusion. Bhranta. Vibhrama.
Brahmanashini. The Brahma, Brahmanashini.
She is the one who causes Vibhrama. She is the illusion. Next Nama, Brahmanashini. And she is the one who destroys the Brahma also. The ease of our system, at the same time, the difficulty of our system is that we will have to ultimately fall back to that one single principle for everything. Because we don't have multiple options. No, we cannot assign one thing for Shiva, one thing for something else and all that. You only have to finally end with Shiva. So at times it looks slightly funny when we say, no, she is the illusion, she is the one who causes illusion, she is the one who destroys illusion. But what to do? There is only one entity, which is the real entity. So anyway, Brahmanashini, she removes the Brahma.
Vatyali.
Vatyali.
Meghamala.
Vatyali. Okay. Vata means wind. So Vatyali is one who is one who moves, okay, swiftly, okay, like the wind. Okay. The next Nama is
Meghamala.
Meghamala. So Vata and Megha. Let's connect these two. Vata, the wind, is the one that pushes or causes the movement of the clouds. Megha is that which causes the rain. So the next set of Nama is with respect to agriculture and fertility. So the Nama starts with Vata. Because why Vata? The Megha forms in let's say in places above the seas. But what is the point if the clouds pour water in the sea itself? They have to pour the water in the lands where it is required. So it is that moves or which pushes the clouds from its place of origin to where it is required. So this is that upakaraka, no, that which helps in that movement, so that it becomes useful for the world. So Vakyali, at the same time, she is the Megha. She is the one who showers the waters also.
Suvrishtir. Suvrishti. Sasyavardhini.
Suvrishti. And she is Suvrishti. Normally, Vrishti itself means rain. Why Suvrishti? Suvrishti means optimum rains. There are two more terms, Ativrishti and Anavrishti. Ativrishti means excessive downpour. Anavrishti is, did it rain? Yes, it rained.
Can't rain.
So there is scanty rains. So Ativrishti also is not useful. Anavrishti is also not helpful. So she is Suvrishti.
Actually, here also it is Swavrishti. It's not Su. Here in manuscript, it is Swavrishti.
राकेश जी उस सूत्र स व मशो आज बड़े ये कंफ्यूजन वो ऐसे ही दोनों में लिखते हैं ये स व जो लिखा ना इसमें स ओ का भी ऐसे ही दिखाता है ये बहुत जगह पे मैंने देखा स ओ भी ऐसे ही लिखते हैं ये इस मैनुस्क्रिप्ट में मैंने देखा स व और स ओ ऐसे ही हैं
अच्छा
एक ही जैसे लें
okay
because Swavrishti is not very interesting. Suvrishti is an interesting nama.
Okay. I think it is the style of this scribe.
Right.
Yes.
Suvrishti. Mara will stop here.
Yeah,
No,
I think that
next
is
nama
fine.
is Satyavardhini. Satyavardhini is one who. With this we will stop because that is the context is ending here.
Sure,
So
we-
Satyavardhini.
I think we will take one day's full course for one name only. One divine name will one each word needs one full day.
That is true.
Each name needs one full day. God bless you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you,
Thank
Shekhar
you.
ji.
Thank you.
It's so
That's
enlightening.
Shekhar ji.
It's so enlightening. God bless you.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you.
Shekhar ji.
Namaskar.
Thank you, Ji.
Shekhar ji, namaskar.